crossbars. My main bar right now is Celestial Intersection, Benefic, Benefic 2, Expected Benefit. These are all my heals. Those are all my single target heals. Then on the second one, we have Expected Helios, Helios. Those are my 2 AoEs. Asuna, Essential Dignity is my oh shit button. On the R2, I have all my card stuff, basically, and my raise. I'm going to see if I can remember what it was called that I use. Custom? There we go. Expanded hold controls. What this basically means is I can hit, let's see which one I'm going to do. Hit and hold L2, and then hit and hold R2. And this has my shields, my surecast, and my DPS, and some lesser used things. And then if I do the opposite, and I press and hold R2, and then I hold L2, I get even lesser used stuff. So like Celestial Oppression, my different stances, my limit break, stuff like that. If I go into White Mage, there it is. I tried to basically set it up the same. So on the L2, I have my main heals, my single target heals. Then I have my AoE heals, my oh shit button, my Asuna. On the R2, I have the things that are special to White Mage, and I have a shield. If I press and hold R2 and L2, I get very lesser known things. My hard res instead of my quick res, sprint, some CDs. Now if I do it the other way, I have my DPS. So I have, and that's pretty much it. When you're in a party, you can just press up and down to target your party members, and you heal them that way. You would use left and right to target enemies. And Chris is going to make it really easy to show you exactly what I mean. So if I press down, I get me, and then I get him, and I can just press cure. I can't do any DPS for it, except for Holy. Okay, now I'm gonna go to okay, so now I have an enemy and I have a party member. So I'm going to hit the striking dummy. And then if I want to target Chris, I've just pressed down 2 times, I hit him with a cure, untarget using the circle button, retarget, DPS. I'm not sure what else I can say. Let me see if there's anything else in crossbars that I can... Since you're on PS4, all of your preferences and stuff are going to be in cross because you're using the crossbar and not the bars like you would on a PC. Usually I don't display hotbar help, which is the name of the spells, but until you know exactly what they are. I would. Crossbar controls your hold. Let's see. Custom. PvE settings custom, the expanded hold controls are the ones that I use. And I use it with crossbar 8 for right and left. If you do have more hotbars, more crossbars than you want, like I do have a second hotbar, what you do is you press and hold R1, and then you can see how it cycles through. So if I have hotbar 2 up, that's where I have some silly emotes. I have Rescue and Sinistry. I don't have anything on hotbar 3. But hotbar 8 is where you set up for your expanded hold. So you can see how it's laid out. And then when you press and hold, you get quick things, so you don't have to go through this every time you want to go to your hotbar 8. It's a lot quicker. It may take a minute to get used to, but for me at least, it was a huge help. Let's see. You can enable the expanded hold. I never figured this one out, so I don't use it. I use the L2 R2 hold. Let's see, is there anything else that I have? Okay, so that should be it for hotbars and the crossbar. Let's see if there's anything else that would... Completely up to you. Character-based or camera-based movement settings. I have it on Legacy so that I can move the camera using the right stick. And I move using the left. Let's see. Enable direct chat. I have that just so I don't have to hit enter every time I want to type. I don't think I've changed any of this. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I've changed most of this. Target. Okay. And I guess the bigger part Chris just brought up was my UI settings. In order to go into your UI, you're going to hit Options, scroll down to HUD Layout. I made everything a little bit, I think it's smaller. Yeah. I made everything just a little bit smaller so it fits on my screen better. I ignore the hotbars because I don't use them. I use the crossbar. So right there, highlighted in orange, you can see the crossbar. I have it set at 80. Progress bar is your when you're casting a spell. I have it over there so that you can see. Oh, I actually have to There we go. And this is highly individualized. Like, I know not everybody could use mine the way that I use it, and there's other people that I have no idea how they use theirs. I would say just make it easier for you. I have the party list to the right hand side. I have the names pretty large because I'm blind. Alliance, I make small. They're not as important to me. Enemy list is pretty small. The Arcana gauge I leave as is. I just made it smaller because I think it's pretty. But for my white mage, I didn't actually like the Lily gauge, so I changed it to a simplified version. There we go. So that's the simplified version to the left and up above my crossbar, but you can change it so that it is not the simple one. So now I have the pretty one. And again, that's really all, just getting it to a point where you like it. I like most of my UI components near the bottom so that I can see them. I make most of them big enough that my blind ass can read it without trying to take up too much space. I really think that's about it. Can't think of much else. If you have any questions, though, feel free to ask me. Feel free to put a question through Chris to me. Either way. PS4 can get... It could take some getting used to, but at least for me, particularly, I perform much better on the PlayStation than I do on the PC. So, it can work. It can work well. Alright, hope that helped.